excited to be heading back to another Hockey's championship game. I thought tonight was an exciting game, back and forth. You know, chances both sides. UNH is a very good team. They're a veteran team. And I knew it was going to be a battle. I mean, we had 3 one-goal games with them this year, 2 in overtime. So obviously happy with the outcome and excited to be back in the championship.
Questions for Lily and Peyton?
Lily,
Yeah.
you had a pair tonight, and Ella Blackmore had one in the last matchup. What can you say about this kind of newish third line?
We've been definitely practicing all week and building that chemistry up. Definitely new, but I think we're starting to click a lot, and we're putting the puck in back in the net.
Did you guys know this was going to be tough because all 3 games with them this year have been really close?
Yeah, like Coach Flynn said, they're a good team and they play us hard. They really know how to get in our head with how physical they are. So we knew it was going to be a tough game coming in, and that we just had to keep our head on tight.
UNH gets a goal taken back with 1.8 seconds left to go in the third period. Peyton, then you score early in the third. What did that mean to you, and kind of what were the emotions going through your head as you got the goal?
Yeah, we went back into the locker room in between the periods, and we were just kind of it's a third period, everything we got, guys. So going back out, we were just trying to go as hard as we could, and then I guess, yeah, it worked out. So.
Can you describe your goal? You really have to fight for it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just saw 2 girls coming at me, so I was trying to get the puck, and then saw their goalie slide. So yeah, it's kind of a mess. So
Is that easy?
I wouldn't say easy, no.
You make
it was
it
a
look
mess.
easy.
It worked out. I don't really know. So
Peyton, how do you draw on your years of experience in games like this, where it's scoreless going into the third?
it's still tough for sure as a player, just going into big games like this, especially when it's low scoring. I guess I kind of just look at how the older girls on our team were the last couple years for me, and try to take after them, and not be negative, and try to pick the team up as much as we can.
Team, after losing so much talent, you were 8-8 going into Thanksgiving. I mean, just the growth of the team over the last 3 months or so to get you here.
Yeah, going into the year, I knew we had the talent, but I knew we were gonna have to win games a different way than we were used to. With our 5th-year players and the experience they have, I was confident we could get back to the championship. We go 8-8 by Thanksgiving. The team could have doubted themselves. They could have, packed it in, and we could have had a very average season. But they didn't. They chose the path that they wanted to go, and they came together and they worked hard, and I think they found their identity, and it just goes to show you tonight, it was a bad bounce goal to tie it up. Some teams would have folded. Some teams would have been it would have been the end of the world, and they weren't phased. They knew what they needed to do, and it's reassuring for me as their coach to see the confidence level on that bench, and know that our 5th-year kids have won 4 championships, right? So they know what it takes to get it done.
What kind of talk was there around that goal was scored against you in that way?
It's all positive. Everything was positive. Even Gwen came over. She said, "Sorry guys, that was my fault." Took full responsibility, and the team's like, "Yeah, we got you. And so it was all positive. There was nobody hanging their heads. So that's what made me feel good as a coach. I felt confident, all right, they know what they need to do.
You had a veteran player and a young player sitting next to you. In every single game, it's contributions from all lines. How much of an edge do you think that depth gives you going into a championship game against either UConn or BC?
Yeah, I mean it's huge, and it's what we need to rely on. For a lot of years, we've relied on one line, and then hopefully some other lines chip in, and now different players, different times. You know, Lily Shannon was struggling, you know, mid-season trying to find the back of the net. She got put on fourth line, you know, because she's still good defensively, but she was just struggling offensively, and now she's finding her groove here in the postseason, which is nice.
And on that penalty kill, Carter's in the box. You're shorthanded for 5 minutes, 5-on-3 for a little bit of that. What can you just say about the team stepping up with Jones getting time and Constantinople getting time on the PK?
Yeah, I mean that shows the grit and the character of our players, and your captain and your best defenseman goes in the box for 5 minutes, and we got to kill off 43 seconds of a 5-on-3. Just goes to show you. And then, you know, Gwen comes up with some big saves, and you know, that was a big moment in the game for us.
There were 2 times tonight where Gwen had such acrobatic saves. There's that one where she saves with her back, one where she goes sprawling out on the ice. What can you say about her reflexes and her just gameplay right now?
Yeah, she's dialed in. You know, it was the goal they got was a fluky goal, and she misplayed it. She doesn't do that too often, but you know, she made some spectacular saves, and that's what she does. You know, she's so focused, and she makes some saves that are really hard look easy. And the one thing I've always said about Gwen is she reads plays really well. She's a step ahead of the shooters, and you know, that's what makes her so good, and the fact that she's just so competitive. And that's why she's the best goalie in the NCAA.
As a goalie yourself, a knuckleball like that's a difficult thing to handle. It just kind of throws you off balance, maybe. Yeah,
it just throws you off, and you know, it was actually, I think, going wide, and she just overplayed. She just reached out a little too far, hit the inside of her glove, and that stuff happens. But you know, with her, it doesn't happen too often. You know, it was just one of those fluky things, and you know, the thing I like too is she shook it off. She came right over the bench, she took full responsibility for it. Wasn't phased, wasn't flustered, didn't have her head down, nothing. And you know, and then she helps us seal the win.